Aloha, everyone, and namaste. Thank you for all being here live in this Temple of Clarity and also on the various broadcasts we have. So thank you all for joining us. And thank you for Dennis Fisher, who is the facilitator of our regular Ascended Masters meditation group every Tuesday night. So I'm very honored that Dennis has invited me to speak to all of you tonight. So we're going to have a good time. I'm Laurie Grant, also known as Maa Uri, and because many of you don't know me, I'm going to give just a couple minutes of background, so you'll trust me enough to let me take you to the outer limits where we're going tonight. So I was born psychic. Somebody forgot to turn off that switch, and my parents didn't understand that I knew if they took my dog to my grandmother's that it was going to get killed, or I knew that they were going to get divorced, even though they were always very quiet about it. I was confused because to me, just like all children, if it's something's going on with you, you think it goes on with everybody. So I couldn't understand why they didn't know these things too. So I also had acute dyslexia growing up. Fortunately, my psychic ability got me through elementary school, junior high, and a master's degree without ever reading books. Don't tell my professors that. I don't think they'll take it away from me at this point. So I started teaching psychic classes when I was about 21, and then in 87, I had a near-death experience. And as those of you who have had near-death experiences know, or those of you who have heard about people having near-death experiences, you know that on the other side, all that exists is unconditional love in amounts that we can't even fathom in bodies. It's just immense. And so my first thought was to send some of my young children who were having a difficult time with their father at that moment. And as soon as I thought that, I heard this voice that said, "They're all your children. They're all your children, and your job is to go back and to remind them of who they are." Now, I knew what reminding them of who they are was. I already was teaching that you are your divine essence. But they're all your children? I had no idea what that meant. But as soon as I was told that, I was being sent back down the tunnel of light, going, "Ah, ka-choom." Okay, I'm back. So that was the first piece of the Divine Mother realization for me. Later, I was at Yogananda's Lake Shrine, and I was sitting in the chapel that is actually in a windmill. If you haven't been there, you really should go check it out. And suddenly Yogananda appeared to me, and he'd been dead for quite a while, so I was trying to pay attention. And he said, "Now, when you open your eyes, you will see that all of the pictures on the altar are all of men." And he said, of course, who he honored was the Divine Mother, the Cosmic Mother, as the highest deity that there was. And he said, "They've forgotten. And could you help me out by going back and sharing that and honoring her and that lineage?" Hey, well, Yogananda told me to do this, of course. So he says, "So go to the gift shop and get an image of the Divine Mother." Okay, so I go to the gift shop and I say, "You have an image of the Divine Mother?" And they say, "No." I say, "Okay, I'm pretty sure you have some image of the Divine Mother." And they say, "Well, just a minute. And they come back and they say, "Well, we have this tiny little picture of her in this tiny little pocketbook." "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not it. You have like a painting or a sculpture or something like, substantial?" "No." I said, "I'll wait." So my assistant is like, they said they don't have anything. It's like, well, who are you going to trust? The Chakra or Yogananda, right? So I waited. So finally they come out and go, "Oh, well, we have this." It was a great big head of the Divine Mother sculpture, wood. I think that's it. I will take it. So I buy this head. I come home and I prepare my altar. And I start meditating in front of it. I've been meditating every morning, every night for years and years and years by now. And one night, I feel all of this energy coming blasting towards me. So intense, it was like when you take off in an airplane, and I'm being pushed back into my pillows on my bed. And I open my eyes to see what's going on, because this is a little out of the ordinary. And the head came to life. Her eyes are blinking, her mouth is talking, and I'm thinking, I've finally gone over the edge. They're going to cart me away. But, what a way to go. I'm just going to see what she has to say, right? So later I found out that actually happens to masters. So, I wasn't alone in that moment. And she's telling me that I'm an embodiment of the Divine Mother, and that she's going to initiate me in full body initiation. And by the way, your name is Uri. Okay. Whatever she wants to call me is fine with me, right? And she said, you've always been Uri. And I'm thinking, pretty sure I've been Laurie, but okay, whatever. And then she spells it. L-A-U-R-I, Uri, E. So it's the middle part of Laurie. So I guess I've always been Uri. And it's spelled U-R-I, you are, in other words, you are me, we are one, right? So she starts calling me Uri, and she says, and you're going to be able to make vibhuti. So you know what vibhuti is. It's sacred ash that comes out of the fingertips or of divine masters. And I'm saying, well, my whole message for my entire spiritual life as a teacher is to remind people that we are all one, right? We are all one with the divine, and we're all one with each other. And if I'm making vibhuti, that makes me more special. And, so can you make all my students, make vibhuti? That would work for me. So she laughs, and she blasts me with so much energy, I go unconscious. I wake up in the morning, and I go to open the curtains, and I see there's all this dust on my altar. I can't figure out what the heck. I just dusted it. What is going on here? And then I realize, oh, it's vibhuti. So every morning I got vibhuti on my altar. No matter how much I swept it up, I got it. And one time one of my friends said, well, you have to eat it. Eat it? Why would I eat it? So my housemate and I, my house manager, used to sweep it all up and put it in these little canisters, and then because I had a silk scarf over the altar, that someone would get down the little silk fibers. So we looked our fingers, and we did this, and we got a tiny little bit on our fingers. And we licked it, just to see. We have no idea what happened for the next 8 hours. So just in case we thought it was dust, I assure you it's not dust. So since then, I've been very blessed to be, even before, during, and after all of that, traveling all the world, sharing oneness. In 2003, I went into samadhi, or self-realization, or oneness on duality for 10 days. It was quite an experience. And then in 2007, I was invited over to an ashram in India as a guest, and I went into a deeper state of that. And the guru there had never seen a Westerner do that before, so he wanted to keep me. I had already told my friends who I went with, don't let them keep me. And they said, why would they keep you? I said, I have absolutely no idea. But sure enough, they're wanting to keep me. So fortunately, they dragged me home. It's been a divine blessing. So after I had 25,000, 26,000 students all over the planet, I took a sabbatical for a year, about 3 years ago, and then I officially retired. It was getting really hard on my body to be traveling all over the world, and I would literally wake up and not know what continent I was on. And so my way of teaching for 45 years has always been to share with my students whatever stage of awakening I was in, to do my best to pass it along to them at the highest level that they could easily accommodate. Well, now I'm retired, right? So I'm in a new stage of awakening, kind of the final piece of that, and thought, well, how am I going to share that? So I'm grateful that Dennis has allowed me to do that with all of you tonight and all of you on the broadcast. So what I'm going to be sharing with you is creation realization, which is realizing that you are the creator. You are the creator and you are the created. And when you reach that level, there is no material anything. You realize that, all of this is a grand illusion that we've all bought into. It feels pretty real, okay? But, it is just an illusion, it's all a dream. And you realize that you are the creator of all of it, that you're creating all aspects of it. So one of the things that happened when I went into this state, and by the way, I would go into this state I was going to say deeply, that's not quite the right word, but such a high level that I'd forget that I had a physical body. I would be in that state for 4 hours or more until something happened that reminded me I had a physical body. Don't worry, we're all going to find yours before you leave tonight, because Dennis West doesn't want you spending the night here, I don't think. You at home, stay in it as long as you want to. Eventually, you'll come back. We're all attached by a silver cord to our third chakra until we decide that we're done with this incarnation. All right. So one of the things that I realized in this state of creation realization is I was actually privileged to get to see to do like a life review while I still have a body, and to look at how people live their lives from a state of unconsciously trying to heal their childhood wounds and trying to learn their lessons. And what if you learn those things? Okay? It's called freedom. We're going to talk a little more about that in a minute. But so I saw that my grandmother, who was this really bitter woman, she must have had a horrible, horrible life, because she just found fault with everyone and everything all of the time. Nobody was immune. You couldn't take it personally. She just found fault with everyone except the animals. She loved animals. And then 2 weeks before she passed, my sister asked her, so Grandma, a month before she passed, she asked, my sister asked, Grandma, what have you learned at almost 100 years old that you can pass on to the rest of us? That was really hard for my grandmother because, she didn't really take a look at the positive point of view of anything. She thought, well, I guess I've learned to see the good in people. So the next 2 weeks, she was wonderful to everyone, and then she died. So I told my father this. He said, so what, are you saying your grandmother is a slow learner? Well, she learned it. It doesn't matter how long it took. Okay? It doesn't matter that it took her almost 100 years. She got it. So then you look at my father. So I saw that about my grandmother, right? And then I saw my father. My father was raised by my grandmother, and if you even as her granddaughter, got enough negative comments that it was very hard to take. I can't even imagine being her son. She had 2 sons. And he spent his life, he was very charismatic, he was very handsome, he was a football hero, he was, in his later years, invited by Jimmy Carter to join his administration. He turned it down, not because he didn't believe in Carter's peaceful politics, but because he didn't want to be a politician. So he spent his life up into maybe his 70s. He died at 87, I think. Trying to get attention from women. He was very good at that. So why was he trying to get attention from women? Because his wound from his mother was that he wasn't good enough, right? Right? So he had this unconscious craving to try to get this attention. Well, then he passed along that pattern to me, So my mother says, when I was 3 years old, I got a haircut, and I spent 3 hours trying to explain to him that I got my haircut, and I'm invisible. So most of my life, I felt invisible to my father. He was a football hero, and I'm the oldest child. Really probably not supposed to be a little girl. So I had this wound, not being seen by men. The really good thing about that is that it enabled me to get up in front of thousands of people to do my spiritual teachings and to still be trying to get Daddy's attention, I guess, on some level, right? So it worked out fine for me. But then, I still had this wound. So in September, I went up to Paulsville, Washington, to visit my now soulmate and another really close male friend of mine. And I was totally seen on body, mind, spirit, and emotional levels by these wonderful men in my world, primarily my now soulmate. And I came home realizing I was done. I didn't need to have a relationship. It would be okay if I had one, but I didn't need to have a relationship. I didn't need to have a man in my life. I didn't need to be getting attention because I was so filled up that I had completed that. So, and then I saw pieces of other family members and what their wounds were and how their behavior in this lifetime, which I would have thought was really strange, how it explained all of that. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to go look at your life review and what your childhood wound is, and find out what you need to do to heal it, and also find out what your main lesson in this lifetime, both of which you signed on for as a spirit before coming into this incarnation. So as probably most of you know, we design our life path or a life script before coming into this human body in this lifetime. We design what our main lesson is. We design who the major players are going to probably be. We even hire the villain. Okay, we hire the villain so they can play that role, so we can learn those lessons and grow to our highest level of enlightenment. Okay, so we're going to take a peek at that. And it's all good, because when you learn that, when you heal that wound, then you are free. You don't have to keep recreating those unconscious patterns or slamming your head against the wall trying to learn those lessons. You're complete with that. You're done with that. Okay? Then we're also then going to go into the state of creation realization, that highest level of consciousness that you can have on a spirit level, where you're so far beyond body, you are just spirit. And again, we're going to bring you back, okay? And when you realize that you are creator, created, that imagine what your life could be. I mean, that's limitlessness, right? All right. First, we need to give your body a reminder that it has limitlessness too. So I want everybody to stand up. So, levántese, por favor. And I want everybody to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. This is required. And just start to get comfortable standing there, comfortable stance. Now, I want you to pretend, and people do this online too, so my past students, who some of you have been with me for 40 or 45 years, you've done this hundreds of times, I know, but probably not at all in the last 3 years. So you're doing it too, and I will know if you don't. So now I want you to pretend your feet are glued to the floor. Everybody's feet are glued to the floor. You cannot move them for the next few minutes. I want you, how many people are right-handed? Raise your right hand if you're right-handed. All right, I want you to put your hand, right hand, and your index finger out in front of you and point. Left-handed people, I want you to do the same thing with your left hand. You're ambidextrous? Choose one. Choose one. All right. Right-handed people are going to go to the right. That's the direction of your hand. Left-handed people, don't do it yet. Left-handed people are going to go to the left. That's the direction of your hand. People get confused here. You're not going to go like this, okay? And you're going to turn as far as you can, easily, effortlessly, without moving your feet. All right, here we go. Do not move your feet. Turn as far as you can to easily, effortlessly find the spot on the wall where your finger points to. Everybody memorize that spot. Everybody got it? Turn back around. Put your hand down. Close your eyes. Do not move your feet. In your mind's eye, I want you to imagine putting your arm out. In your mind's eye, I want you to imagine pointing your finger. In your mind's eye, I want you to imagine yourself turning. You can see that you're turning. You can hear that you're turning. You can feel that you're turning. You can know you're turning. Only this time you're going much, much, much further, at least a quarter to a half again further than you went the first time. Knowing that you went a quarter to half again further than you went the first time, seeing that you went a quarter to half again further than you went the first time, feeling that you went a quarter to half again further than you went the first time, and hearing that you went a quarter to half again further than you went the first time, finding that spot on the wall way beyond where you were before. Now imagine yourself turning back around and putting your arm down and open your eyes. Do not move your feet, and we're going to do this again. Arms up and turn as far as you can now, easily, effortlessly, finding the spot on the wall where your arm goes to now. What happened? Did everybody go much, much, much further? Easily, effortlessly? Okay, so let's really let this sink in. I did not come around and push your arms, even energetically, okay? We did not do yoga or calisthenics to stretching exercises to limber up. Okay? All we did was give yourself a different message. Imagine how powerful this is. So if you go around saying, I'm always sick, I never have enough energy, I don't have any money, I always have a relationship with scumbags, and my boss is about to fire me, then in real life, if you're always sick, you never have enough energy, you don't have any money, you always have a relationship with scumbags, and your boss is about to fire you, pat yourself on the back. Good manifesting. You're getting exactly what it is you're putting out there. You want a different life. You need to put a different message into your computer. You need to go around saying, I'm always healthy. I'm always have abundant energy. I now have all the financial abundance that I need and want. I now have loving, healthy, nurturing, supportive relationships, and my boss is going to give me a raise. Okay? All right? So you literally have the power to create whatever it is that you want to create on a body level in this incarnation. And we're going to raise that even higher. Going to take you higher. Okay, everybody got that? All right, if you ever forget, or you have friends that are whining at you about being a victim, have them do this. It's really hard for them to stay in victim mode when they see how quickly they can change what it is that they're putting out there into the world. Right? Okay. Let's all sit down again. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what it is that we're going to do. The reason why I'm going to tell you what it is we're going to do is because this is such a high frequency. Some of you might, technical term, bleep out during it, and that you might come back and wonder what the heck we're doing. So I'm giving you the signposts for what the journey is going to be. So if you do that, you can get a sense of where we're at. All right. First, we're going to ground and run our energy, and there's many different ways to do it, but I'm going to have you use 4 grounding cords. Many people just use 1. I'm having you use 4, all the way down to the center of the planet, where you're going to be very rooted, very grounded for this, because we're all coming back here. And we're bringing that earth energy up. It's going to fill each one of your chakra centers. I will remind you where they are if you don't know. Fountain out the top of your head. Then we're going to bring cosmic energy or universal energy down into each one of your chakra centers, mixing with the earth, discharging down the center of the earth. Then I'm going to take you through exactly what it is that happened to me. So first off, my chakras turned white. White light. I don't know why. I didn't ask. I went, okay, I guess we're being white now. Right? So each one of your chakras, I'm going to take you through turning them white. They will automatically turn white. You can see it, hear it, feel it, or know it. Which one of those ways is right? All of them. All of them. So don't be trying to make it different. It will come in the way that's the strongest way for you to get it. So don't be saying, oh, well, I'm hearing all of this, but I can't see it. No, it's whatever way is the strongest sense for you is what it is you need to trust. Okay? So after our chakras are going to turn white, then our aura is going to turn white. Now, I'm actually taking us through 5 layers of the aura. Some people say there's 7. Some people say there's 4,270. We're not going there. Okay, we're going to do 5 layers. I used to be an art therapist in elementary school, which is what my master's degree is in. And one of the little boys that I worked with, Forrest, taught me that he confirmed that there were 5 layers of the aura. So we're doing a meditation at the end. He was very hyperactive. Meditation at the end. And he's saying, Miss Grant, I see purple and green and red and gold and yellow around you, but it's not like paint, Miss Grant. It's light. It's like light all around you. Yes, Forrest, it's just the layers of my aura. Oh, okay. All right. So Forrest and I think there's 5 layers. We're going to do 5 layers. Then the next thing that happened to me in doing this, and I don't know why this happened. I can almost understand the white turning, the chakras turning white, is this effervescent purple came bubbling up from my feet through every cell of my body, and it moved up. It's like it didn't just stay in my feet. It started moving up, filling all my chakras, but coming out of my chakras and finally leaving out the top of my head. Don't know why. I personally don't need to know why. If you need to know why, you could ask while we're doing it. Okay, then the same thing happened, but with this rose pink through every cell of my body, every chakra, and out the top of my head. After we've done that, I'm going to take you to the spot between your lifetimes where you have your life review. And again, you're going to be connected by a silver cord from your 3rd chakra. So we'll always find our way back. And I'm going to talk you through looking at the life review, looking at what your wound was from your childhood, what you need to do to heal it, and what your main lesson is, and what you need to do to master it. And then I'm going to take you from there into creation realization. And we're going to do this by having the body dissolve into, really we're spirit up in that realm, but dissolve into clear nothingness. That all of the material matter will dissolve, will be gone. And I will be taking you into the highest level of creation realization that you can easily accommodate. And then I'm going to let you experience that for a while. And just let yourself really be that. And then I'm going to bring you all back. All right? Now, one last thing we need to do before that happens is that the frequency that we're going to is not easy for the body to handle. So what we need to do is to expand your etheric brains. Your etheric brain is your energy brain. So I want you all to put your hands out in front of you. And on the count of 3, you're going to have light extensions coming out of your fingertips. You'll be able to see them, hear them, feel them, or know them. We already did all of this on the causal plane last night. It's called the causal plane because that's where we cause things to happen from. So you all did this. You all had wonderful, long, light fingers on the causal plane last night. So 1, seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing that you have light extensions coming from your fingers. 2, there's 1 for every single finger. And 3, seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing that you have light extensions. Now I want you to imagine putting them in just below your hairline and starting to pull your etheric brain up. Imagine it expanding. Do it again. Put those light extensions in. Seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing. The etheric brain expanding, getting larger. I know, whoever just thought you looked like an alien, that is correct. All right, and again, etheric brain enlarging to accommodate that higher frequency we're going for. And one last time, Extensions in, raising that etheric brain, having a bulbous brain at the top. Good. Oh, you all look so cute. All right, so imagine your light fingers going back. All right, so here we go. Are you ready? All right. Closing your eyes, feet flat on the floor, taking a couple deep breaths and centering yourself in your body. Good. I want you to bring your attention to your first chakra, which is the ball of energy at the base of your spine. And you can see it, hear it, feel it, know that it's there. From that ball of energy, I want you to create 2 grounding cords that are about the size of traditional flashlight beams that drop straight down to the base of your buttocks, out through your thighs, right angles at your knees, down through your calves, through your ankles, through your feet to the floor. Bring your attention back up to your first chakra, your root chakra, and experience that 2 more grounding cords that drop straight down through your buttocks, through your chair to the floor. All 4 of them, they look sort of like legs on a chair now, are going to go down through the floor, through the foundation of the building, through the crust, through the mantle, all the way down to the center of the planet, where I want you to find a way to anchor them. Mine have the roots of an old oak tree on them. Other people have anchors or weights or the latch on a dog's leash. So this is your energy. It's just like silly putty. It does exactly what it is you tell it to do. So find a way to make it stay down there. Attach it very firmly. Now, all around down there is earth energy, which I perceive as molten gold, but you may see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, or know that it's a different color. If it was a vibration, it would be in the medium range. If it was a tone, it would be in the lower range. It's going to come up around your grounding cords. It can spiral up around them like the stripe on a barbershop pole, or it can coat the surface like icing on a cake, or it can rise up around them like a water table. It's going to come up around all 4 of them, back up through the mantle, through the crust, through the foundation, through the floor. When it gets to your feet, it's going to fill your feet and toes completely. You may feel warming as this happens, a tingling or a color change, or you might just know. It fills your ankles, your calves, your knees, and your thighs, all the way up to your first chakra around the base of your spine. Meanwhile, it travels up around the other 2 that go up through your chair, through your buttocks to your first chakra. Your first chakra is completely filled with earth energy, and it spreads all the way out the edges of your skin, filling your whole lower abdomen and buttocks area. Continues on up to your second chakra, a couple inches below your waist, filling that ball of energy and spreading all the way out to the small of your back and to your lower stomach area. Continues on up to your waist now, staying with me, and it comes up to your third chakra, your solar plexus, filling it and spreading out into the middle of your back and your higher stomach area. Continues on up, all the way up to your heart chakra, which is either located at your heart or in the center of your chest. It's exactly where it is meant to be. You'd never need a chakra transplant. It's where it's right for you. It's where it's located. So it fills that heart chakra, spreads all the way out to the edges of your chest and your upper back. Continues on up, staying with me, up to your shoulders, filling your shoulders and relaxing them. Your arms are not earrings. Drop those shoulders. It continues down your arms. It's going to fill your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, into your hands and out each finger. Thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, baby fingers. Follow your arms back up and experience that earth energy coming up into your fifth chakra at your throat and spreading all the way out to the edges of your neck. Continues on up to the base of your skull, filling it, filling your chin, your jaw, your lips, your mouth, everything in your mouth, your gums, your tongue, your teeth, your tonsils, your palate if you have it, all the way up to your nose and your ears. Continues on up to filling your lower brain, and it goes up to your sixth chakra, located either in the center of your head as your pineal gland or your third eye in between your eyebrows. It fills that sixth chakra,
spreads out, filling your eyes, your temples, your forehead, your higher brain, your hair follicles, all the way up to the top of your head where the crown chakra is, filling it, and it fountains out the top. Take a moment and experience your connection to the earth, seeing it, hearing it, feeling it, knowing it. Turn your hands palms up if they're not already. And now we're going to ask that the perfect amount of cosmic energy or universal energy, which I perceive as silver, but you may see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, know it to be different. If it's a tone, it would be higher than the earth energy. If it was a frequency or vibration, it would be higher. We're going to ask for the perfect amount to come gently down into the top of your head, mixing with the earth and spreading out, filling your whole seventh chakra. Comes down now into your sixth, your third eye, or in the center of your head, mixing with the earth and spreading out, filling your entire head now. Continues on down into your fifth at your throat, mixing with the earth, spreading out the edges of your neck, staying with me. Goes on down to your shoulders and is beginning to fill your arms. It fills your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrist, into your hands and out each finger. Thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, baby fingers. Follow your arms back up and experience that cosmic energy or universal energy coming down into your heart chakra. This is where your own special blend of earth and cosmic energy is created. Mix it really well and spread it all the way out the edges of your chest and your upper back. It continues on down to your solar plexus, your third chakra, mixing and spreading, down to your waist, down to your second chakra, a couple inches below your waist, mixing and spreading, and down to your first chakra, the base of your spine, mixing and spreading. There, any excess is going to enter your grounding cords, and your grounding cords are going to become like discharge valves. Any excess is going to discharge through the two that go through your legs to the floor, and through the two that drop directly from the base of your spine to the floor. It's going to discharge down all four of them through the floor, through the foundation, through the crust, through the mantle, all the way down to the center of the planet where that excess energy is released. Bring your attention back up to your body and take a moment to experience your connection to the earth and to the universe. Good. Now bring your attention down to your first chakra again. That's the base of your spine. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, that chakra is going to turn into pure white light. Again, you can see it, sense it, feel it, hear it, or know it. 1, on the count of 3, your first chakra, the ball of energy at the base of your spine, is going to turn into pure white light. 2, all you have to do is allow it. And 3, your first chakra turns into pure white light. Now we're moving our awareness up to the second chakra. Again, a couple inches below your belly button. And again, on the count of 3, it's going to turn into pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, your second chakra is going to turn into pure white light. 2, all you have to do is allow it. And 3, your second chakra turns into pure white light. Moving your attention up to your third chakra, your solar plexus. Stay with me. On the count of 3, it is going to turn into pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to turn into pure white light. 2, all you have to do is allow it. And 3, your third chakra turns into pure white light. Moving your awareness up to your fourth chakra at your heart in the center of your chest. On the count of 3, it is going to turn into pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, your fourth chakra is going to turn into pure white light. 2, you can see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, or know it. And 3, your fourth chakra turns into pure white light. Moving up to your fifth chakra at your throat. On the count of 3, it too is going to turn into pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to turn into pure white light. 2, seeing it, hearing it, feeling it, knowing it. And 3, your fifth chakra turns into pure white light. Moving your awareness up to your sixth chakra, your third eye in the center of your forehead. On the count of 3, it too is going to turn into pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to turn into pure white light. 2, all you have to do is allow it. And 3, your sixth chakra turns into pure white light. Bring your attention up to your seventh chakra on the top of your head. On the count of 3, it too is going to be pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to turn into pure white light. 2, all you have to do is allow it. And 3, your 7th chakra turns into pure white light. Bring your attention back into your body, noticing that all of your chakras are pure white light. Now, on the count of 3, the layer of your aura, which is called the physical layer, that is closest to your body, is going to turn into pure white light. Front, back, sides, top, and the bottom goes all the way down the center of the earth. 1, on the count of 3, the physical layer of your aura is going to turn into pure white light. 2, all you have to do is allow it. And 3, the physical layer of your aura has turned into pure white light. Now, on the count of 3, the heart layer, which is the next layer out, is going to turn into pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, the heart layer of your aura is going to turn into pure white light. 2, you can see it, hear it, feel it, know it. And 3, the heart layer of your aura is turned into pure white light. Now, on the count of 3, the mental layer of your aura is going to turn into pure white light. That's the one out beyond the heart layer. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to turn into pure white light. 2, all you have to do is allow it. And 3, the mental layer of your aura is going to turn into pure white light. Now we're going to move our awareness into the psychic layer of your aura. And on the count of 3, 2 is going to turn into pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, the psychic layer of your aura is going to turn into pure white light. 2, all you have to do is allow it. And 3, it turns into pure white light. And finally, the spiritual layer of your aura, on the count of 3, it too is going to turn into pure white light. 1, on the count of 3, your spiritual layer of your aura is going to turn into pure white light. 2, you can see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, or know it. And 3, the spiritual layer of your aura turns into pure white light. Excellent. Bring your attention back to your body. And now you have all of your chakras that are pure white light, and the 5 layers of your aura expanding out of you, also pure white light. Now we're going to call upon the purple essence, which is purple light that have effervescent, almost bubbles in it, that it's going to start coming up from your feet, staying with me. So it starts coming up from your feet, in, around, and through your feet, filling your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs. It continues on up, and it's also moving up through your legs. So moving up out of your legs, it's now going to go through your first chakra, and that effervescent is going to fill it and moving on up. So again, it's pure white light again, moving up through the second, the third, your solar plexus, the 4th at your heart, the 5th at your throat, the 6th, your 3rd eye in the center of your forehead, the 7th, and it's going to move on out into the universe. Excellent. Now the same thing is going to happen with light that is the bubbly essence of rose pink. Starting out at your feet, it's going to fill, bless you, it's going to fill your feet, ankles, moving on up, calves, knees, thighs, up filling your first and moving on up out of it into your second, that effervescent rose pink, into the second, moving on up. So now your chakra, your first and second chakras are back to white again. Up into the 3rd and moving on up, and up into the 4th at your heart, moving on up, and the 5th at your throat, moving on up, the 6th, your 3rd eye in the center of your forehead, and into your 7th and on out into the universe. Excellent. You should be feeling a very high vibration that is resonating through your body right now. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And on the count of 3, we're going to go to the place in between your incarnations where you are going to get to experience your life review of this life so far. When you get there, there's going to be a chair that you're going to sit in. It's going to be the most comfortable chair you've ever sat in. There's going to be like a big movie screen up in front of you. All of this you can see, sense, hear, feel, or know. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, you're going to be up into the space in between your incarnations where you're going to be doing a life review of your life in this incarnation so far. 1, on the count of 3, you're going to be in the space where you're doing your life review. 2, you're going to be able to see it, hear it, feel it, or know it. And 3, you're in the space in between your incarnations, and there's a chair there. I want you to sit down in it. This is going to be the most comfortable chair you've ever sat in. You feel yourself sinking into it. You can hear sort of the, as you sit down in it, sort of the ease of the cushioning as you recline down in it, not all the way back. In front of you, there's a big screen, like a TV screen. So I want you to feel yourself, see yourself, hear yourself, and know yourself. Here in this space that may be familiar to you, this is where you go in between all of your incarnations shortly after you pass to do a life review. So I want you to look at the screen, and again, you can see it, hear it, feel it, or know what's going on. On the count of 3, your life is going to commence showing up on the screen. Again, you can see it, you can feel what's happening, you can know what's happening, etc. You're not going to be feeling the energy there. You're just going to be feeling what is going on. You're not going to be in the body. You're going to be observing what has happened. 1, on the count of 3, your life review, starting from when the moment you were born, is going to commence. 2, you're going to be able to see it, hear it, feel it, or know it very, very easily, and whatever your strongest way of receiving the information is. And 3, the movie of your life, the review of your life is commencing from the time you're born, you're coming out, your parents, relatives are embracing you, you're moving on, and I want you to just see yourself going through the early stages of your life until you come to where the wound is. So we're going through your 1 now, and your 2, and your 3. Okay. If any time that the wound is there, you're going to know. So continue moving forward until you reach the wound. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, you're going to be where your core wound is. Again, you're not getting sucked into it and feeling whatever the experience is at the time. You're observing it. 1, on the count of 3, it's going to be very clear to you what your wound is in your childhood in this incarnation. 2, you'll be able to see it, hear it, feel it, or know it very clearly. And 3, what is your core childhood wound? Good. Now, as if by magic, you're going to get a download from Spirit, because that's who you are in this space in between lifetimes, of what you need to do to heal this. 1, on the count of 3, you're going to get the information very clearly of what it is that you need to do to heal this. 2, it will be very clear to you. You'll be able to see it, hear it, feel it, or know it. Spirit is going to download it to you. Now, 3. What can you do to heal it on a body level? What can you do to heal it on an emotional level? What can you do to heal it on a mental level? And what can you do to heal it on a spiritual level? Good. I want you to remember those things. Now, I want you to just sort of imagine how the rest of your life will be if you heal this wound. Just take a peek into the future. We all have free will, but imagine, see, sense, hear, feel, know what your future might be if you heal this today. You heal this wound right here, right now. What will the future of your incarnation this time around be? Staying with me. Good. Now, on the count of 3, we're going to go back to right before you came into utero in this lifetime, where you get the message of what your main lesson is that you agreed to. 1, on the count of 3, you're going to be right before you come into utero in this lifetime as spirit. 2, you'll be able to see it, hear it, feel it, or know it. 3, right before this lifetime, right before you enter utero, what is the lesson that you chose to learn in this lifetime? Your main life lesson. The core lesson. Now, what do you need to do to master it on body, mind, spirit, and heart levels? 1, what do you need to do to demonstrate you've learned it on a body level? What do you need to do to master it on a heart level? What do you need to do to master it on a mental level? Staying with me. And what do you need to do to master it on a spirit level? Staying with me. Now this time, when we see you be born, you're going to have mastered that lesson, and you're going to get an overview of this lifetime, having learned that lesson. How would your life have been, and how will your life be? 1, on the count of 3, the movie will commence. 2, it will show how this lifetime would have been and how it will be if you master this lesson now. And 3, you're born and you've mastered this lesson, and I want you to see how your life up to now would be if you've learned it, and how the future will be in this incarnation. Take just another minute or 2. Staying with me. I know the vibration is really high, but you can do this. Good. Finish up the movie now. Excellent. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. Your focus is going to be back in that spirit body, sitting in the chair, the most comfortable chair you've ever sat in. 1, on the count of 3, your focus is going to be back sitting in the most comfortable chair you've ever sat in. 2, you are still in between lifetimes in that state. And 3, focus back in that chair. Now we're going to start dissolving your spirit body, because that's really what you are in this state, into clear, transparent light. Starting out with your feet, and the feet are going to become completely clear and transparent. And your ankles are turning clear and transparent, staying with me. And your calves just turning into clear, transparent light. And your spirit knees. And your calves, pure, transparent light. And now your first light body center, which is where your first chakra is in your body, in your spirit, it's the light body center, is going to turn crystal clear. And up to your second, it's going to turn crystal clear now. So the lower half of your spirit body seems to have disappeared. You're still conscious. And now up to your third. Your third light body center is disappearing into clear light. And your fourth, at your heart, spirit heart, or the center of your spirit chest, dissolving into crystal clear light. And your spirit arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands, disappearing into crystal clear light. Bring your attention back up to your fifth light body center at your throat of your spirit, and it's disappearing into crystal clear light. And your sixth and your spirit head, disappearing into crystal clear light. And the seventh, the top of your spirit head, disappearing. So you are now crystal clear light. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to 3, you are going to go to the highest level of creation realization that you can easily accommodate. You will be creation. You will be all. You will be it. There will be no matter, just creation, which will be you. 1, on the count of 3, you will go to the highest level of creation realization that you can accommodate right now. 2, you're going to be complete creator. And 3, highest level of creation realization that you can accommodate right now. Realize you are creator. You are created. I'm going to give you a few minutes to totally experience this state of the highest state of beingness that you can experience. want you to start coming back. Remember, you're always attached by a silver cord that goes into your third chakra. I want you to start coming back as if we were out in the universe and be in the universe. We're going to come back to our back to our galaxy. Back to this solar system. Looking down, you can see, hear, feel, know the earth below us. We're coming back further, getting closer and closer to earth. You can see this whole side of the planet. You can see whatever state or country you're in. You can see the town that you're currently in. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, you will see the roof of the building that you're in. 1, on the count of 3, you'll see the roof of the building you're in. 2, you can see it, sense it, hear it, feel it, know it. And 3, you see the roof of the building you're in, going down through the roof, orchestrating yourself so you're going to fit back down into your body, coming down into your crown and expanding out to fill it. Down into your 6th, filling it, your whole head now. Down to your 5th, down to your shoulders, down to your 4th in your upper arms, your 3rd in your elbows, your 2nd in your forearms, your 3rd in your hands, down to your 2nd, down to your 1st. There, I want you to check your grounding cords and make sure that all 4 of them are still going down through the floor, through the crust, through the mantle, all the way down to the center of the planet. Make sure they're still firmly attached. Bring your attention back up to your body. Experience your connection to the earth. I want you to take 4 deep breaths and blow yourself all the way back. Breathe yourself all the way back into your body. All the way down to your toes. Wiggle your toes. And again, wiggle your fingers. And again, stretch your arms. And again, open your eyes when you're ready. Excellent. Is everybody some semblance of back? We didn't leave anybody out there, did we? Aloha, Carlos. All right, so how was that? Good. Good. You're smiling big over there. You must have had a great journey. Yeah, it's the real deal. All right. Can we have a mic and have some people share? Starting with you, remind me what your name is again? Callum. Yes, we're very glad you're here. Here, sit here for a second. Of course. Tell us what you experienced.
There's a lot that I did experience. Thank you. There's a lot that I did experience. It's too much to verbalize in entirety. But as you walked us through each of the steps, every single step I experienced within my capacity to experience it.
I know.
And I think for one of the first times in this lifetime for me, and probably many lifetimes, I think I was able to experience deep humility to the Divine Mother and to the Divine Father.
Good.
And and realize that it's like we're out here doing God's work, and for myself, and I think most, and maybe everyone, I don't know, through the, both through the how we're told to be, how we ultimately are to divinely act in the name of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father.
Excellent.
And Dennis has talked about how we have visitors who come and bless us, and who provide and offer divine healing, and we had the Most Holy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have words for it.
You don't have to. It's really beyond words.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing all of that. Who else would like to share?
Well, I had fun
That's good.
and enjoyed it very much. I had myself when I was seeing myself as the creator, as critiquing, how I want to have it. I hope Father God didn't take it too personally, but I was mentioning a few things I would like to change, and I sat there and just went through a list of things, and some of it was, I guess, it came back with the reasons why they are the way they are. And so to sit there and first be honored to have my say, and then to listen to, what Spirit had to tell me the way it is. And of course, I was given permission to change it any way I want. So I said, well, I have to come back and still, experience life, and then the fullness of it. And when I come back to Spirit, and leave this body, I'll have more information to make the right decisions. So that was my journey.
That's good. Who else? Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Laurie. I did go through the stages as well, and I had a similar experience as Callum in that, wherever you went, that the great deep humility, the experience the presence of God, and not just out there somewhere, it's right here.
Yes,
You are God.
absolutely. Absolutely.
We are all God's. And the ability to hold that immaculate concept for yourself and others, and the great power in that. And it was huge for me. And I do feel like I left some stuff behind. So
All right.
I am grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lisa. Good job. Who else? Yes, please. And remind us what your name is again?
You can call me Starwalker.
Star Walker. Ooh, I like that, Star
you.
Walker.
We're all Starwalkers. We're made of stardust,
Absolutely.
and we're walking on a star. Anyway, I'd like to take this time to thank you.
My pleasure.
And also, my experience was interesting. Yet when I tuned into the, I want to say, consciousness that is, it was actually a female with golden light spreading out everywhere. So to me, that represents, that's pretty big. That's pretty big, 'cause I've been such a man for so long that masculine male, it's nice to tune in and tap in and honor the female. And I just wanted to take this time to say I apologize for anything I may have done to offend any females in my male consciousness.
You're forgiven.
Thank you. And I'd also, hopefully, this isn't out in the ordinary, but we have a friend that his father is suffering from prostate cancer, and I'd love to say a prayer for him. His son's name is Tsunami. Do you know the gentleman's, what's his dad's name? Samuel. If we could say a prayer for Samuel, he's suffering from prostate cancer, and also Dwayne Barker, very close, my best friend, a rocket scientist who's actually a Palladian if you're into star stuff.
Sure.
And anyway, he's also suffering from some prostate issues. If we could possibly do that, it'd be amazing. Certainly
Well,
appreciate it.
Why don't we send healing and blessings to everyone that's having a hard time in their physical bodies right now, and keeping you can keep those particular ones in your mind, and everybody else that has particular people in your lives that are struggling for whatever reason, hold them in mind too, and let's all do this together. I just got this wonderful image of the divine raining healing energy down onto the entire planet. So let's just all affirm that, and everybody that needs it is being blessed by that. Yes, come. Thank you, Star Walker.
Thanks for reminding me to help keep it at a quantum universal healing of who we are. And that was a beautiful experience. When I was one as the creator, instead of hope to change other people and their choices and stuff like that, I just focused on what I could do to really change within me for a better version of me, and being a better magnet for what I like now, and in bringing all that back was pretty strong. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that. Who else?
Do we get to do seconds?
Pardon? Absolutely. There's always seconds. Come back. No.
See, I don't know what I'm saying yet, though.
Well, it will come.
Do be patient with me. I know.
He's getting ready. Collecting his non-existent thoughts.
There's a lovely institute. Thank you for reminding me. See, I remembered originally, but not secondarily. I spoke with the teacher at the Kamali Institute, and I asked her. When I first went to a Reiki share there, like 2 months ago, I asked her, "How do I hold space for other people to heal in during a Reiki share?" Right? And she told me, channel the whitest light you can, and just offer that healing space, and sort of offer it for especially the utilization of that their own self, so that they can heal themselves, as well as for the others, healing them with bells and with instruments and tools, let's say. And in hearing that white divine light, what does that mean? I didn't understand what that meant, and now I understand that it's a divine white light that permeates through all of our layers of being and all of our. It's everything. It's everywhere. And when we're being transparent, we're no different than it. We're synonymous. We're synchronistic. We're everything and nothing all at once.
Absolutely.
And I do want to share this one experience I had, which was that I wept for the loneliness that we all have, because we are one and completely lonely in a sense, but also completely fulfilled in the same sense. And the last thing that I want to say is that I'm somebody who's has a lot of different aspects in terms of, like, you could say personality, but it's more. And I have masculine aspects and I have feminine aspects. And they can even war, and they can, in my own conflict, I bring it with me. I can bring it with me, and it. Somehow, in embodying really what we are, we enable ourselves to no longer be our past hurts. So thank you for that.
My pleasure. Can't you tell?
More and more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is anyone next?
Who else?
I think you have to come here, my good sir. Yes, it seems that is the requirement of our physical space.
Let me feel.
Please do.
The energy is so heavy down there.
So light.
Thank you, everybody, as well, for sharing in the space.
Thank you.
Here you are, sir.
Hello, Laurie.
Hello, Carlos.
How are you?
I'm blissed out. How are you?
Wonderful. Well, you see, I came in the middle of the process.
Yes, I know.
But you were there last night in the whole thing on the Causal Plane, so you got it on some level.
Yes, because when I came in, it wasn't strange or,
Right.
or something that my beingness has to battle
Right. I
to
know.
get attuned with it. And, well, thank you for telling that, because
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You
Well,
see?
so did it feel familiar to people? Like some of the things I was saying you'd already heard before, or been there before? Yes, Chloe? Yeah. Well, we did this on the Causal Plane in your dream time last night. So that's how I knew you were all coming back.
Well, the thing is that I appreciate that everybody is so cognitive about the process and can place it at mental level, physical level, and a spiritual level. And the thing is that I learned from that. But for me, it's just boom in there, which is the center of the mental, the physical, and the spiritual, and which conceptual knowledge is over.
Good.
Yeah, and the thing is that when I am in there is actually no cognition, and I don't know what is going on. Perhaps because I am a part of it already.
Right.
And an example is coming like how does water knows that it's wet?
So, yeah.
So I feel in that sense, and I feel so is not the word ignorant, because I can't place it in my frame of mind, but is it developed a sense of innocence.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
Yeah, the innocence of something very precious that I've been actually forgetting to connect with in my conscious life, which perhaps is the child in me.
Yeah, that's good.
That he's always been there, but I've been ignoring him. Just ignoring, just because busy with Carlos and achievements and religions and images and, you know, but it's actually the path of the heart about simplicity, to be simple. I'm not saying ignorant, but simple. And this session has been weaving here in all the process that Brother Dennis, you, I, everybody who is coming here has been
Right.
propelling.
Right.
And this gentleman here, when he was also channeling the process of the angels and how to be with them. So this process is actually accentuating, making emphasis in that process, in the process of detachment and let it go, in which is opening the lock of that happiness that we all have inside.
That's very good.
And you see, can going on and on and on, but this at the end is how I feel. I feel in gratitude.
Excellent.
I feel thankful for your input, because it's the last one, but the input on top of all the inputs that has been here.
All right. Well,
Thank you so much.
de nada.
Por favor.
Thank you. All right. Anybody else want to share? Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right. So a couple things I want to say is that almost all religions have the concept of we are God, goddess. So I think that the Christians have by and large forgotten that Jesus said, "Don't you know that ye are gods?"
John chapter 10, verse 34.
Thank you very much. Can you say that again?
John chapter 10, verse 34, and he was saying that when people were picking up stones to stone him for blasphemy and quoting himself from Proverbs.
Thank you very much. So how else can you interpret that? Don't you know that ye are gods? I mean, that's pretty straightforward, all right? He also said, even the least amongst you will do all that I have done and even greater things. So as Wayne Dyer said, who does that leave out? Right? And as I say, when did we think that was going to be? It's been over 2,000 years. In the Hindu tradition, they believe that all are Krishna, right? And that we are all one, and we are one with the divine. And in the Baha'i tradition, it's all about oneness, non-duality, etc. So all of these religions have started out with a prophet, a teacher, who had a realization that they are the creator and so is everybody else. They all had that realization, and they tried to explain that to everyone. But what did people do? They made it about that person, and they made up what they thought were rules of how to honor or worship that person, instead of realizing that what we need to be worshiping is the divine within. What we need to be honoring is who we are, is the ultimate creator. And my spiritual path for years, and I lived in Hawaii for 18 years. I was very blessed to live in Hawaii for 18 years, and 7 years on Oahu, and 11 years on Maui. And I taught ho'omana, or ho'omana mana. Mana is spiritual life force energy, and the more you say it, so mana mana is like double or multiplied. And the belief is that we are all the divine, and we are all one with each other. We are all the divine, and we are all one with the divine. The spiritual practice is to honor that in everyone and everything. Well, what if we just did that? Because if you're honoring yourself as the divine, and you're honoring everybody else as the divine, would we have war on this planet? Of course not. Of course not. Right? So the more that we can honor ourselves as the divine, know that everybody else is, and do your best every day to honor that in all others, the better, the more conscious you're going to be, and the more uplifting the planet's going to be, and the people that you come in contact with. So, mahalo nui loa, that means thank you from the heart. And I really feel, this will make my students on this broadcast panic, I really feel a sense of closure, and that a sense of freedom, and that I can stay longer if I want to. I can also go if I want to. So I'm very honored and grateful that Dennis provided me with this situation to be able to share this with all of you and everyone who gets to see it on the broadcast. And I love you all. We are one. Namaste. Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you. God bless you all. We are going to have some watermelon that Lisa and Alice have lovingly cut into little cubes, and have some fellowship. We will be broadcasting again tomorrow for those who are new to the Heart Center and the Temple of Clarity. I broadcast 3 times a week. Wednesday is Mother Mary or Divine Mother worship service, and Thursday is Kuan Yin Rosary. Also, we randomly broadcast on Saturdays, special events and whatnot. So if you want to stay in tune with what we're doing, you can join the Temple of Clarity Facebook page, where we announce all of our events. And speaking about a very large event that's going to take place December 13th, 14th, December 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th here at my house, light workers from all over the world are going to come here, and we're going to have a retreat, an immersion into the Divine Mother, and there'll be live messages from the karmic board, the cosmic hierarchy that overshines the evolution of mankind in the universal brotherhood and sisterhood of light. That retreat is 4 days. You can look that up. It's going to be on our website and also on the Facebook. And we also have some flyers here and some things, some books, and some organites. If you need any or don't know what they are, ask Lisa or Alice.
And a donation basket.
And we also have a donation basket there for anybody who wants to contribute to helping these events continue. God bless you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Take that creation to heart. Make your world a better place. Make your inner world a better place. And you'll see much joy. God bless you and good night. So we do have some snacks. Go ahead and mingle, get to know each other.